Good evening, everyone. This is Robert Jamieson. Welcome to our first online lesson for Term 3. We don't have so many kids here today, probably because it's school holidays in New Zealand still, I think, but hopefully we'll have an enjoyable chess lesson to get ourselves started for this term. Okay, now I'm going to do something a bit different today. We had, in the last 2 weeks, it's been quite exciting. We had the Vic Junior Championships last week. I might talk about them next Thursday. And the week before that we had our chess camp, our endgame camp at Phillip Island. One or two of you might have attended. And part of the camp we gave everyone a quiz. So today we're going to have a look at some of the positions. I've got about 7 or 8 positions from the camp quiz to see what you guys think of it and whether you can get the right answers. So let's start off and get someone to help me, maybe Benji. You there, Benji?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Good, thanks.
You back at school yet, or you're still on hold?
Yeah, I'm back at school.
Okay, well we can't win them all. Anyway, we can have a bit of fun with the chess tonight. So what we're going to do is look at the positions one at a time. So you've been having a good look at that first position, which I've got up on the screen there. So I'm giving everyone a choice of A, B or C. So A was as a probable win for black, B was as a probable draw, or C was a certain draw. Which one did you go for, Benji?
I think it's probably a draw.
Probably a draw. Why do you think it's a draw?
Well, because I think that knight should be able to hold off the pawn and the king's in the square. So.
Okay. So is it better for black or better for white, or is it just pretty even?
Yeah, it's pretty even.
Pretty even, okay. It's white's go. All right. So if you were going to draw as white, what do you think you'd make your first move at? Would you move the king or your knight or your pawn or what?
Yeah, probably king d3.
King d3, okay. And so you're going for B, a probable draw.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now I've got some polls organised today. So let's have a little poll. So I hope all of you have decided so whether you want A, probable win for black, B, a probable draw, C, a certain draw. So I'll launch the poll. So everyone tick what you want, whether you want A, B or C. So A is the win for black, B is the probable draw, C is the certain draw. I hope that's come up on your screen, so tick which one you reckon. You can tick as well, Benji, if you want.
Yeah.
So we've got 67% going for B and 33% going for C at the moment. Okay. Close the poll. Right, so most of the people agree with you. Probable draw. All right. Now, the thing about endgames is there's sort of a lot of endgame theory where you have to know which positions are drawn, which positions are won, and what your drawing techniques are. And at the camp we talked about lots of different techniques, say in pawn endings. We talked about the opposition and the square and triangulation and stuff like that. So when you guys see an endgame, what I'm hoping you'll do is you'll sort of recognise what theme is relevant to this position. Like, is this a position where I'm going to win because I get that position? I'm going to draw because my king's in the square. So with this first position, you have to recognise what the relevant endgame situation is here to try and get the right answer. Now, let me ask you a question, Benji. What colour is this square down here on H1?
White.
White, okay. What colour is this bishop on B4?
Black.
Black, okay. Now if I was to tell you that that was the key to working out whether this position is a probable win, a probable draw, or a certain draw, does that give you any hint?
Well, then you probably need to get your king on H1.
Okay. So you're still going for probable draw?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll tell you what happened. This is one of my games from many years ago, and white, whoops, hang on, I'm going to get rid of that. So white's go, he played knight c1, so I hit him with bishop c5 check. So which way do you reckon his king should go? To the f3 or d3?
F3.
Yep, that's what he did. And then I pushed my pawn. So that's cutting off his knight. He played knight a2. We're getting a lot of noise, Benji. Is there anything happening there that's making a racket? That's
No.
better. That's better. All right. So he went knight a2, and then what would black do here?
He'll probably move his king across, maybe.
Yeah. So basically, I moved my king across, and with my king and my bishop, I was able to annoy his knight and force my rook's pawn through and get a win. So the result of the game was win for black. But then after I'd finished the game, a chess player called Michael Barron, I don't know whether you've heard of him or not, he's quite a good player in the Melbourne Chess Club, walked past and said, "Oh, Robert, you are so lucky." He has a thick Russian accent, Michael. And I said, "What are you talking about, Michael?" And he said, "Oh, if it was me in this position, my go, I would just play knight takes pawn. Bishop takes knight. Can you see what's happening now, Benji?
Yeah. Because
His king's going to run and hide on h1, and because it's a rook pawn and my bishop's on the wrong colour, my bishop's not a white bishop, it's a black bishop,
Mom, shoot.
then I can't get rid of him, and it's a certain draw. So the correct answer is C, a certain draw. So 33% of you got that right.
Yeah.
Well done. All right, thank you, Benji. I'll move on and give someone else a go on the second puzzle.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see who we go to now. Brijesh. You there, Brijesh?
Yep, I'm here.
How did you go with that first one? Did you get it right or not?
Yep, I got
Well,
it right.
You received. Did you see that? Recognise that the knight can sacrifice for the pawn?
No, I just recognized it a few minutes ago. So.
Okay. So this is the important thing about knowing endgame theory, because a good endgame player would look at that and they think, hang on, the bishop's the wrong colour from getting me out of the corner, so I sack my knight, I get the draw. Right, now, we've got position 2, which is hopefully a bit easier. So you can help me with this one. So this one, it's black to play. And I've said, is it a draw because black's king's in front of the pawn? That's A. B, is it a draw because black can get the opposition? Or C, is it a win for white because white can get the opposition?
I think it's a win for white because no matter where the king moves, white
So
gets.
you're going for C, it's a win for white as white can get the opposition. Is that the one you're going for?
Yep.
Yep. All right. Well, let's have another little poll and see what everyone else thinks. Launch poll. Here we go. All right. So the options are, guys, if A, it's a draw because the black king's in front of the pawn. B, it's a draw because black can get the opposition. Or C, as Brijesh reckons, it's a win for white as white can get the opposition. So at the moment, everyone's going C. Oh no, someone's gone B. 25% for B and 20% for B, 80% for C. B's catching up. Has everyone voted? All right, so we've got no one saying it's a draw because the black king is in front of the pawn. 43% are saying it's a draw as black can get the opposition. So you're sticking with C then?
Yeah, but now, now that I see it, I think it might be a draw. I'm kind of maybe because king can go to B8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were black, what move would you make here? Let's have a play and see what we can work out. What move would you do?
King B8.
King to B8. Okay.
Yeah.
What if I go king to C5?
We go king C7.
Okay. If I go king B5?
King B7.
All right. Who's got the opposition here?
Black.
Black. Okay. So what's the result then?
Is it A?
So it's a draw because black in front of the pawn, or B, it's a draw because black can get the opposition.
It's B.
B.
It's
Yes, correct. Correct. Very good. So in this position, black has one winning move, which, as you said, is King B8. If you go, say, like King C7, white comes up, and then white's got the opposition. And black has to step aside, and the white king can escort the pawn through. All right, so 43% of you got that one right. That was very good. 57% went for C and got it wrong. All right, well done, Bridget. Thank you. I'll move on and give someone else a go.
Thank you.
All right, let's try Daniel. You there, Daniel?
Yes.
How are you tonight?
Good.
How have you gone so far? Have you got them both right, or one or two, or what?
One.
The first one. Did you get the first one right?
No.
The one with the bishop and the knight. Did you go for draw or not?
I think I went for black.
Okay, all right. And what about the second one? Did you get that one right? Did you say it was a draw because black gets the opposition, or you went for white winning with white getting opposition?
Yeah, B.
Okay, all right. Well done. Now, this one's a bit trickier. I gave you the easy ones at the start and the harder ones. All right. Now, this one is white to play. So let's have a look. So the pawns are all equal and it's all blocked. So we have to use our endgame skill here to recognise what sort of thing is happening in this position. Is it an opposition puzzle? Is it a square puzzle? Is it a triangulation puzzle? What's happening? All right. So what do you think would be the obvious move for white to play, Daniel? If you were white, what would you do here?
King C3.
King C3. Okay. Why do you choose King C3?
Because it's defending the pawn.
Defending the pawns. All right. Well, let's put it to a vote because I'm suggesting to everyone that white is thinking about playing King C5. That's the move we're having a look at because that looks like the most aggressive move. So the question is for A, B and C. So white is considering playing King C5. Would you advise him that A, it's a winning move, B, it's a losing move, or C, it's a drawing move? So don't you say yet, Daniel. We'll let everyone have a think about it, and then we'll have a little poll. So King C5, A winning, B losing, or C drawing? So you need to have a look at the position and work out what sort of thing is relevant here. Is it opposition? Is it square? What is it? Okay, let's launch the poll. So vote again, A, B, C. A, King C5 is winning move. B, it's a losing move. Or C, it's a drawing move. So we've got A well in front now. No one's going for B, and a couple are going for C. Still a few to vote, I think. B's catching up a little bit. We all voted? All right. Let's close the poll. So I've got 75% are going A, it's a winning move. 25% are going, it's a drawing move. All right. Now, you didn't choose that move, but if you had to play King C5, which one did you vote for there, Daniel?
C.
C. So you said it's a drawing move?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll play King C5. You show me how you're going to get a draw. Because I reckon I'm going to win your D pawn. Because I might have the opposition. What are you going to play here?
King F6.
Okay. And if I take your pawn?
King G5.
Okay. Do you reckon you're drawing or you're losing now?
Losing.
It looks like you're losing, doesn't it? So you said drawing. Were you just guessing or you had some plan in mind?
I didn't see he could take the d5 pawn.
Okay, all right, because white's got the opposition. Right, so most people agree that it's a winning move. 75% say winning move. Because they're probably thinking, hey, this is an opposition puzzle, and black's now got to step aside and it's going to lose his d-pawn. But I've tricked you. It's not a winning move. It's not a drawing move. It is, in fact, a losing move. King c5, black wins. So now that I've told you that, on the question box, type in what you reckon would be black's winning move. Can anyone see how black can win this? It looks like he's losing. So I'll give you a second chance. If you just move your king to f6 like we did before, I'm going to take the pawn and I'm going to win. So Joey's suggesting f4, Bridges is suggesting h4. Derek's suggesting h4, Bridges is suggesting king d7 now. Can you see anything, Daniel? Do you want to have another try other than king f6? What could you do?
f4.
Okay, so let's see what happens after f4. So you play f4. What pawn do you want me to take it with?
The g pawn.
G pawn, all right. So what can black do now?
h4.
Okay, isn't that h pawn going to run through now? I can't stop it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back a second. Go back to the start. All right. The theme of this puzzle is breakthrough. We did pawn breakthroughs on the camp. So black's stymied here with his king, but he can do an exciting pawn breakthrough. Now let's have a look. f4. Now we won't take with the g pawn like we just did. We'll try taking with the e pawn. What could black do now? Henry, see a good move for black? Get a pawn breakthrough.
h4.
h4, very good. So you're threatening to go h3 and get a queen, so I've got to take you. What can you do now?
King f5.
No, you want to get your pawn through. You can get a pawn through to be a queen without your king's help. How can you create a pass pawn here? Have a look. Bridges has seen it. Josh has seen it. What about g3? And I've got to take, and then your e pawn turns through, and my king, my poor old king, is not in the square, so he can't stop the pawn. So this was in fact a breakthrough puzzle, and king c5 is a losing move. But if he had have done your move, then your king c3 is just a draw, because now the king can cover that pawn breakthrough. Okay, so thank you, Daniel. I'll move on to someone else. All right, that was a pretty tricky one. Who are we up to now? We'll try Derek. You there, Derek? Talk to me, Derek. No? All right, no, Derek. All right, we'll move on. We'll try Joey. You there, Joey? Earth to Joey,
Yeah.
say something. Yep, how are you tonight?
Hello.
Hello,
Good.
how are you going with the puzzle so far? You getting the right answers?
About half.
Half. I bet I tricked you on that last one. Did you get the last one?
Or after you'd told us it was a loss for white.
Yeah, but it's pretty hard, that one. All right, now this one's pretty hard too, but we have a bit of experience now with the last one, so we'll see what we can do here. All right, now let's have a look. 3, 6, so the pawns are equal, but white's got this really good, strong passed pawn on e5. So the poor old black king, he has to hang around, otherwise that pawn will go through and queen. So the question is, how does white get a win? So now I've got 3 suggestions for you. So have a think here, everyone. So which statement best describes this position? A, white wins by king G4, king G3, and then king G4, king H4, sorry. So he's getting in on the king side with his king, while the poor old black king's got to stay near that pawn. So that's A, it's a win for white because white gets in like that. B, I'm saying it's a draw because after king G3, king H4, black can just move pawn to G6, setting up a blockade, and the poor white king can't get in. So it's a blockade theme and it's a draw. Or I'm saying, okay, that doesn't matter. White can get a win by just playing G4 and opening up the position and using his strong pass pawn to win. All right. What do you think you're favouring there, Joey? Have you got any preference for them so far, or you need to look at it a bit more?
I would think G4.
G4. All right. So let's just remind everyone. So the choices are A, king G3, king H4, and white's going to win. B, it's a draw because after king G3 and H4, black just plays G6, sets up a draw. Or C, G4, and it's going to be a win for white. All right, so let's have our poll. Start poll number 4. Launch poll. Right, here we go. So A, it's a win, king G3, king H4. B, it's a draw because G6 sets up a blockade. Or C, D4, win for white. So at the moment, we're getting 20% for A, 20% for B, 60% for C so far. But not everyone's voted. C's moving a bit further ahead. A few more people need to decide. Still C's well out in front. I'll give you another 5 seconds to decide. So king G3 and H4 is A, G6 is B, or G4 and a win is C. All right, let's close it off. So I've only got 14% for A, 14% for B, and 71% for C. All right. So which one did you go for, Joey, on reflection?
C.
C. So you're going G4. Oops, hang on, I'll make the actual move. Okay, G4 win for white. Have you analysed anything, or it's just a gut feel sort of thing, or what?
Just looks right, I guess.
Looks right, yeah. Got the 2 points side by side. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay. Well, in fact, this is a famous game. White was a British player called Sir George Thomas, who was probably in the top 30 or so in the world, a pretty strong player, and he agreed with you. He played G4. Said, going to be a win for me. But guess what happened? He was wrong. Because black plays takes. All right, now I'll give you a chance here, Joey. Black can get a certain ironclad draw if he plays the right move here. What is that move? White's still got that strong pass pawn, and he's got those phenomenal...
King to
what move are you
E6.
going to make? King to E6.
King to E6.
All right.
No, hang on, G5.
Correct. G5. Now, why is G5 a draw? Can't I just push past and I've got the 2 supported pass pawns? Wouldn't that be a win for me? What do you think?
You can block them with your king?
Yes.
Maybe.
So the question is, how is White's king going to get in? Because look at all the squares he gets in. They're all covered by pawns. So White's king can't get in. So all White can do is like push his pawn, and Black's king just sits in front and wobbles between E6 and F7, and White can't get through. It's a total blockade. So poor old Sir George, thought he was winning, but he played G4 and had to have a draw. What he should have done was King G3. Maybe the guy played G6 or something. King H4, maybe the guy plays king e6, then we play g4. And black's in a bit of a pickle. If he moves his king, we can chop the pawns, and then our king's coming up, getting in, because black's king's got to hang around that e-pawn, or we can use that e-pawn to lure the king away, and then our king will take the h-pawn and we'll win. So correct answer is A. White wins by king g3 and king h4. So well done to the 14% of you who got that, which I'm guessing is not too many. All right, thanks, Joey. Let's move on then to Joshua. Hello, Joshua. Are you there? Can you talk to me? Nope, not on the mic. Okay. Nathaniel, are you there? Hello, Nathaniel.
Hi.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Thanks.
How are you going so far? Are you getting some of them, or are they being too tricky for you, or what?
I got, I think, 2 out of 4.
All right, oh, that's not too bad. These are pretty hard puzzles, and if you haven't been on the endgame camp to learn all the theory, you're doing well to solve them. Now, this next one is a pretty basic sort of one, so don't say your answer yet. So this happens a lot, where you have a rook and pawn ending, where one side's got one pawn and a rook, and the other side just got a rook. So black obviously trying to draw, he puts his king in front of the pawn. That's the ideal spot. So the question is, can white get a win, or can black get a draw? So it's very important you guys understand the technique in this position, whether you can get a draw or not. So let's have a look and say, all right, so we've got A, B, C. So in this position, black's best move is, first move A, rook B8. Hang on, no, that's already B8. Rook B, where am I? White's going up. Oh, sorry, yes, correct. Rook B8. So first move, rook B8. That's A. Is that the best move? Second move, rook B6. Is that the best move? Or third move, rook G1 check. Is that the best move? Right, so I'll give you 10 seconds or so to put on your thinking cap. So you might know the answer because you know rook endgame theory, or you might be able to work it out now, and then we'll have our poll. All right. Don't tell me. Do you reckon you've worked out your answer, Nathaniel?
Yeah, I think I have.
All right, let's launch the poll then. So here we go. So A was rook down to B8. B was rook to B6. C was rook to G1 check. Okay, so the votes are coming in. So far B's in the lead on 50%, A and C are on 25%. I think everyone might have voted. All right, we'll close the poll. So the end result, 25% of you are going for A, that's rook to B8. 50% are going for B, rook to B6, and 25% rook G1 check. All right, which one did you choose, Nathaniel?
I chose rook b8 to stop the threat of him going to king f6 and then rook a8 checkmate.
Okay, all right. Now, rook b8, is that rook in a defensive position or an aggressive position?
Defensive.
Defensive position, all right. What's the most important thing, do you reckon, in rook endgames?
Get attackers?
Sort of. The most important thing that I was harping at the camp is you need to have active rooks. You want to put your rook in the best, most active spot where it can either gobble the other guy's pawns or keep checking his king and annoying him, that sort of thing. So if you go all defensive, sometimes it works, like you can get a blockade in our previous puzzle, but sometimes you end up losing.